If you're a woman over 60, I need you to hear this. The fruit you're eating for breakfast. Yes, that one you've always believed is good for your health could be quietly and consistently sabotaging your energy day after day. You might think you're starting your morning the healthy way, but inside your body, something very different is happening. Your hormonal balance is weakening, inflammation is rising, and your ability to feel vibrant and in control of your health. It's slipping away without you even realizing why. I'm Dr. Lisa Perriera, and for over 30 years, I've been helping women restore their vitality naturally. In this video, I'm going to show you how to take back what aging and misinformation have tried to steal. What I'm about to reveal isn't just about fruit, it's about truth. The truth about 7 specific fruits you must avoid in the morning to protect your energy, your hormones, and your confidence. You've probably never been warned about these fruits. Most women think they're helping themselves, but the science tells another story. Once you understand what's really going on, you'll never look at your breakfast the same way again. So stay with me, because the 5th fruit on this list is in nearly every household, and it's doing more harm than you can imagine. Let's talk about the truth behind your plate and how to reclaim the strength you were born with. Before we dive in, if you're committed to protecting your vitality and want more real, no-nonsense health advice made specifically for women over 60, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. I share tips that could change the way you age and how you feel. And if this video speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0, so I know how to make this even more helpful for you. All right, let's get started. Fruit 1, bananas. The very first fruit you need to watch out for, especially if you're over 60 and serious about restoring stable energy and hormonal balance, is one that's probably sitting on your kitchen counter right now. It's quick, convenient, and has been labeled healthy for decades. But for your health as a woman, it could be doing more harm than good. I'm talking about bananas, especially the overripe ones. I'll be honest with you, this one was hard for me. For most of my life, I thought bananas were the perfect breakfast food. Quick, easy, and packed with potassium. But what I didn't know, and what many women over 60 still don't realize, is that bananas, especially when they're soft and spotted, could be quietly disrupting your hormonal health and draining your energy. Here's what's happening under the surface as bananas ripen, their sugar content increases dramatically. That soft, sweet banana you toss into your cereal or smoothie is flooding your bloodstream with fast-digesting sugars. When this happens, first thing in the morning, it triggers a sharp rise in insulin. For older women, this is a problem because that insulin surge creates hormonal chaos. It throws your delicate balance of estrogen and progesterone out of whack, increases inflammation, and contributes to that stubborn midsection weight gain. So you might think you're fueling your body, but what you're really doing is setting yourself up for an energy crash. The worst part is that the damage doesn't show up right away. It's slow and quiet. Maybe you feel more tired in the afternoon, and then it happens again. Eventually, you start believing that this is just what happens with age. But it's not. It's breakfast. If you absolutely love bananas, here's my advice: never eat them alone and never on an empty stomach. If you must have one, eat it later in the day and pair it with protein or healthy fat to slow the sugar hit. Otherwise, you're just setting yourself up for hormonal turmoil that your body no longer recovers from the way it used to. Fruit 2, grapes. Now, if you thought bananas were bad, wait until you hear about the next fruit. It's tiny, sweet, and looks innocent enough, but it's one of the worst offenders when it comes to silently contributing to inflammation and fatigue. Grapes. Grapes were always one of those fruits I used to snack on without a second thought. I'd grab a handful right out of the fridge, thinking I was making a smart, healthy choice. For years, I never questioned it. But what I later learned, both as a doctor and as a woman in my 60s, changed the way I look at those little purple snacks forever. Here's the truth. Grapes are incredibly high in natural sugars, especially for their size. They may be small, but they're concentrated. Because they're mostly water and sugar, they digest fast. That means when you eat them first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, they hit your bloodstream like a wave, spiking your blood sugar in minutes. When blood sugar spikes, insulin comes rushing in. That's the body's way of trying to restore balance. But for women our age, that insulin surge does something else too. It promotes inflammation. That can show up as joint aches, skin issues, and a general feeling of puffiness. Over time, that repeated cycle day after day leads to a slow but steady erosion of your vitality. You may not notice it right away, but one day you'll wonder why your energy isn't what it used to be, why your joints ache, and why you don't feel as clear-headed as you used to. And the answer might be sitting in your fruit bowl. If you still enjoy grapes, here's my honest advice: never eat them first thing in the morning. Save them for later in the day, ideally after a protein-rich meal when your blood sugar is already stabilized. That way, you can enjoy them without paying the price in how you feel. Fruit 3. Orange juice. Next up is something millions of women drink with breakfast every single day, believing it's a healthy start. In reality, it's one of the biggest hidden threats to your energy and skin health, and it's probably in your refrigerator right now: orange juice. There was a time when a glass of orange juice felt like the perfect way to start the day. I remember pouring it alongside breakfast, thinking I was doing something good for my body. Vitamin C. Right. It felt refreshing, light, and even energizing. But the truth is that morning ritual was slowly working against me. And if you're a woman over 60 still drinking orange juice with breakfast, there's something you need to know. Orange juice isn't the health drink we were led to believe. It's not a piece of fruit. It's sugar in liquid form. In fact, one glass can have as much sugar as a can of soda. When you drink it on an empty stomach, there's no fiber, no fat, and no protein to slow that sugar down. It hits your bloodstream instantly, causing a sharp blood sugar spike. And with that spike comes a flood of insulin. Now here's the part that matters: that insulin surge can accelerate the aging process. It contributes to inflammation, which can break down collagen in your skin and sets you up for a massive energy crash. Over time, this healthy morning habit becomes a daily attack on your vitality. You may feel alert for an hour or two, but by late morning, you crash. Energy dips, brain fog sets in, and slowly your radiance weakens until you start believing it's just aging. But it's not. It's your breakfast drink. If you really enjoy citrus in the morning, skip the juice and eat a whole orange instead. The fiber will slow absorption and give you the nutrients without the sugar shock. Or better yet, start your day with water and wait until after a protein-rich meal to enjoy any fruit at all. Fruit 4. Watermelon. Now, what I'm about to reveal next is going to surprise you even more, because it's a fruit many women believe actually helps with staying hydrated. While that's partly true when eaten the wrong way, it can silently sabotage your energy without warning. I'm talking about watermelon. Now, this one hits close to home, because like many women, I used to believe watermelon was a superfood for summer. I'd heard it was hydrating and full of vitamins, so I'd eat big slices on a hot day, feeling like I was doing my body a favor. But what I didn't realize, and what most women over 60 don't understand, is that when you eat watermelon the wrong way, especially in the morning or in large amounts, it can quietly work against the very energy you're trying to protect. You see, watermelon is over 90% water, but it's also packed with natural sugars and has a high glycemic load. That means when you eat it on an empty stomach, especially at breakfast, it floods your system with sugar fast. That rapid sugar rush can lead to the same hormonal chain reaction we've talked about before. Insulin spikes, hormonal disruption, and inflammation. The very stable energy you need to get through your day gets interrupted before it even begins. Even worse, because watermelon digests so quickly, it doesn't keep you full. That means you're more likely to crash mid-morning, reaching for more sugar, and starting a cycle that robs you of energy, mood, and confidence. The worst part, you may never connect that slow decline in your daily get-up and go to a fruit you thought was helping you. If you enjoy watermelon, I won't tell you to stop altogether, but eat it sparingly and never first thing in the morning. Have a few slices after a protein-based lunch when your blood sugar is stable. That's when your body can handle it best without paying the hidden price. Fruit 5 mangoes. If you think watermelon is sneaky, wait until you hear about the next fruit. It's exotic sweet and wildly popular, but it may be the most dangerous one yet for your hormonal balance and long-term energy mangoes. I'll admit mangoes are one of my personal favorites. They're juicy sweet and bring back memories of summer mornings. For years, I didn't think twice about slicing one up and enjoying it first thing in the morning. But what I didn't understand at the time was that something so delicious could be quietly working against my body, especially my hormones, my skin, and yes, my ability to feel vibrant as a woman. Here's the reality. Mangoes are incredibly high in fructose, the type of sugar that goes straight to your liver. Now, when you're young and active, your body might handle that sugar spike without much trouble. But after 60, when insulin sensitivity decreases and your liver may already be under strain, that same fruit can lead to real problems. Excess fructose from mangoes contributes to fatty liver buildup, which is directly linked to poor hormone regulation. And when your hormones are out of balance, everything from your mood to your sleep and skin is affected. Not only that, but the mango sugar content spikes your blood glucose, triggering that now familiar insulin response that further disrupts the very hormonal and metabolic function you need for healthy aging. Because it digests quickly, you're left hungry again, soon after setting you up for a roller coaster of energy crashes throughout the day. If you love mangoes as much as I do, here's my advice: treat them like dessert. Enjoy them in small portions after lunch, when your blood sugar is stable and you've had protein to buffer the impact. But never eat them alone in the morning. That's when the damage hits hardest. Fruit 6 pineapple. Now, what I'm about to share next might shock you even more. The fruit that looks clean, tropical, and refreshing, yet may be sabotaging your energy faster than all the rest, especially if you've been eating it, thinking it helps your digestion. I'm talking about pineapple. Pineapple always felt like a symbol of vitality, bright, tropical, and full of flavor. For years, I believed it was one of the best fruits I could eat. Refreshing, loaded with vitamins, and great for digestion. But what I didn't realize, and what so many women over 60 still don't know, is that pineapple might be quietly undermining your vitality. It doesn't seem dangerous, which is exactly what makes it so deceptive. Here's the truth. Pineapple is extremely high in natural sugar, almost deceptively so. Just 1 cup can deliver more than 16 grams of sugar with very little fiber to slow it down. When you eat pineapple first thing in the morning, especially by itself, you're setting off a chain reaction. Blood sugar rises quickly, insulin surges, and within minutes, your body is dealing with inflammation and hormonal imbalance, 2 of the key drivers of fatigue and accelerated aging. For older women, this response happens faster and hits harder. Your body doesn't buffer sugar like it used to, which means even healthy-looking choices like pineapple can do silent damage. Over time, you may not feel the effects today, but over weeks, months, and years, it takes a toll. Until one day, you realize you're not waking up with the same energy. Your joints ache more, your skin loses its glow, and almost no one sees the link back to pineapple. If you enjoy pineapple, have it after lunch or dinner, when your body is more prepared to handle the sugar. Never eat it on an empty stomach, and never make it a breakfast staple. Fruit 7 dried fruits. And now we come to the final fruit on this list, one that doesn't even look harmful. In fact, it's small dried and often marketed as a clean, nutritious snack. But for women over 60, it could be one of the worst things you put in your body dried fruits. Think raisins, dates, and apricots. If there's one group of fruits that fooled me for years, it's dried fruit. They always seemed like the smarter choice, small, easy to carry, and labelled as natural snacks, packed with fibre and nutrients. I used to toss a handful into my oatmeal or munch on them with my coffee, thinking I was doing something good for my body. But as I learned more, both as a doctor and as a woman walking through this stage of life, I realized that these innocent-looking little fruits might be doing real damage where it matters most. The truth is, dried fruit is nothing more than concentrated sugar in disguise. Once the water is removed, all that's left is a dense hit of fructose with very little fiber to slow the absorption. Your body processes it like candy, especially when eaten first thing in the morning. For women over 60, that quick sugar rush kicks off a cascade, insulin spikes, inflammation rises, and your hormonal balance is disrupted. You might not feel it right away, but if you've noticed your energy flagging or stubborn weight that won't budge, this might be one of the hidden reasons why. The problem with dried fruit is that it's sneaky. It feels healthy. It feels light. But when you eat it alone, especially on an empty stomach, your body responds like you've just eaten a sugary dessert. If you still want to enjoy dried fruit, keep it minimal and eat it after a balanced meal with protein and fat. Never as a standalone breakfast item. You've made it this far, and I want to thank you for staying with me. I know it might feel overwhelming, especially if some of these fruits have been part of your daily routine for years. I get it. I was in the same boat. For most of my adult life, I believed I was eating clean. I thought I was doing the right thing, and I never made the connection between what was on my breakfast plate and what was quietly disappearing from my life, my energy, my clarity, and my ability to feel vibrant like I used to. But once I saw the pattern, not just in myself, but in patient after patient, the truth became clear. These so-called healthy breakfast fruits were anything but harmless. They were silently eroding vitality day by day, sugar hit by sugar hit. Not with loud warning signs, but with small losses, a little less energy here, a little more brain fog there, and eventually the belief that this is just what aging looks like. It's not. The good news is you don't have to change everything overnight. But you do need to start. Starting tomorrow morning, clear your breakfast of the 7 fruits we've just covered. Replace them with foods that stabilize blood sugar and support your hormones. Eggs, avocado berries in moderation. Greek yogurt without added sugar. Drink water, first thing, not juice. And most importantly, listen to how your body responds, because it will. You might be surprised by how quickly things begin to change. You might even wake up one morning soon and realize you feel like yourself again. You feel strong, clear-headed, and energized. That's what happens when you make a choice that aligns with your body's natural rhythm instead of fighting against it. The fruits that fuel your well-being. Now that we've covered what to avoid, you might be wondering, what should you eat? Which fruits can help fuel your vitality, restore your hormonal balance, and reduce inflammation? I'm happy to share that there are plenty of fruits that can do just that. Berries are one of the best choices for women over 60. Packed with antioxidants, fiber, and vitamins, berries help reduce inflammation, boost your immune system, and support heart health. They won't spike your blood sugar the way other fruits do, making them a perfect addition to your morning routine. Whether it's blueberries, raspberries, or strawberries, these little powerhouses offer a burst of nutrition without the harmful sugar overload. Apples are another fantastic choice. They're rich in fiber and low on the glycemic index, meaning they won't cause a rapid rise in blood sugar. Apples can help keep you full longer, and the fiber helps regulate digestion and supports a healthy gut. Pears are also wonderful. Like apples, pears are packed with fiber, and they're full of vitamins that help maintain bone health and overall well-being. Their slow-digesting sugars won't throw off your hormonal balance, making them a great fruit to enjoy in the morning or as a snack. Consistency is key when it comes to reclaiming your health. If you make the decision to switch up your breakfast and add more of these beneficial fruits, you'll start to notice changes sooner than you think. Your energy will rise, your mind will feel clearer, and your vitality will be restored. This isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about making small, sustainable changes that align with your body's needs as you age. And with time, you'll begin to feel more like yourself, strong, vibrant, and in control of your health again. The truth is, your body is communicating with you every single day. The question is, are you ready to listen? By making simple changes to your diet, you're not just preventing further damage, you're rebuilding what has been lost over time. Your energy, your clarity, and your overall health can improve when you choose to nourish yourself with the right foods. As you take this step forward, remember you're not broken. You're not too old. You simply didn't have the right information, but now you know better, and that puts you in control. Thank you for staying with me through this journey. I hope this video has opened your eyes to how simple dietary changes can transform the way you feel no matter your age. If you've learned something today, please share this video with the women in your life, your sisters, your friends. It could be the conversation that changes everything for them too. Let me know in the comments, was there a fruit on this list that surprised you? Which one will you be removing from your breakfast starting tomorrow? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback. Be sure to subscribe for more honest health advice and support, because your vitality, your well-being, and your strength are worth fighting for.